Hello students, today we are going to talk about fact versus opinion in speeches. Both are present in speeches and how they are interrelated and what is their importance in a particular speech. Today we are going to discuss that. So let's have a look at the definition of both these things. What are facts and what are opinions? If we talk about facts, facts are actually objective statements that can be verified. On the other hand, if we talk about opinions, these are subjective statements that reflect one's personal beliefs or feelings. Facts, they provide evidence to support the claims and also helps us understand the issue in hand. On the other hand, if we talk about opinions, they are not necessarily right or wrong, but they are quite effective in persuading the audience, and that too in a persuasive speech. If we talk about facts, facts can come from research studies, historical evidences, and even some common knowledge. On the other hand, opinions are based on personal experiences or intuition. So, to strengthen this concept, let's have a look at the example. If we talk about a fact, the sun rises in the east. It's a fact that cannot be changed and it can be verified. On the other hand, if we talk about opinion, immediate action needs to be taken to address climate change. There is some issue related to climate change, and this is my personal belief that we need to address this issue. So this is a fact and this sentence is an opinion. Now when we have talked about fact and opinion, and both are found in speeches, so why do we need to differentiate the two? Yes, it is really very important when we are listening to any speech or reading any speech, or even for that matter delivering any speech. And why is this differentiation needed? So let's have a quick look. It is actually needed because it ensures clarity, critical thinking, and also informed decision making. Informed decision making in the sense when we are listening to a speech and we are getting persuaded, we should be aware whether some factual information is given in the speech or it is just a subjective view. Then it is also necessary, especially in political speeches, to ensure accuracy and reliability. Also, identifying facts can help us verify the information that is presented through the speech, whether it is credible, accurate, or reliable or not. Finally, this is really very important. It clarifies whether a statement reflects objective truth or a subjective view of that particular speaker. So here, this differentiation helps us actually evaluate information critically and combating misinformation and fake news that is so much prevalent around the world. Now, one thing I would like to say, students, we talked about persuasive techniques. In persuasive techniques, when we talk about logical appeal, so how does a speaker gets into that logical appeal? That is with the help of facts. And when we talk about another persuasive technique, that is emotional appeal to the audience, and how does it happen? That happens with the help of strong opinions. So a perfect and impactful speech is the one that is a perfect blend of passionate opinions, also coupled with factual evidences. So today we are going to have a look at this very famous and iconic speech by Barack Obama, and the name of the speech is Yes, We Can. I am going to provide you a brief background and introduction to the speech. Barack Obama served as the 44th President of the United States from 2009 to 2017. He was the first African American to hold this presidency. He is renowned for his charisma and oratory skills, hence we are reading this speech that he is so much famous for. He also championed healthcare reform, economic recovery, and diplomacy. In his 2008 New Hampshire speech, Barack thanked his campaign team, volunteers, and also supporters. He referred to himself as the most unlikely presidential candidate. He introduced the phrase, very iconic phrase and also the title of his speech, Yes, We Can, which became the cornerstone of his presidency. So you have to read this entire speech and identify facts and opinions in this perfect speech and also find out whether this speech is impactful or not. So here we come to our task. The questions are quite simple. You have to identify the facts and opinions in Obama's speech, making a tabular representation of facts versus opinion, whether it is perfectly blended or not. Also discuss the parts of the speech that you find particularly persuasive or compelling with a reason to support your answer. Finally, you have to highlight the key themes, rhetorical devices, and the persuasive techniques that are evident in this famous speech. I'm sure students, you would be able to identify all these tasks and enjoy this famous speech. And yes, definitely by employing these persuasive techniques, you can also learn to be a great speaker and a great orator. So thank you. Have a great day.